And welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Charlene and I are so glad that you're here today. My goodness gracious, we got a couple of heavy hitters in the studio today, don't we, Charlene?
Definitely. Going to be a fun one today.
It really will be. I've known Angel Marie Monachelli for about 3 years, I guess, something like that. And we got Tricia. How'd she say she pronounced her name? Parido? Is that good enough?
I believe so.
I believe.
Parido.
If not, ladies and gentlemen, she'll slap me when she comes on the show here. Wake me up. But we have a wonderful show. First of all, I want to thank all of you good folks from all over the world, the good comments that we've gotten, and we really appreciate you. And we do everything we can to put on a great, great show for you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for sharing. And we'll be right back in just a couple of moments with Angel Marie Monachelli right after this brief message. And I think you're going to see a young lady here you might know.
Hi, and welcome to the Messages of Inspiration and Hope show that's proudly sponsored by the 6-Minute Webinar. Today we have some exciting and very interesting guests, real people just like you and me. Thank you for tuning in. Enjoy the show. Now here's Jim.
Yeah, Charlene's also one of the honorary hosts here on the E360 TV network. Charlene, we're so glad to have you. You weren't here with us last week because you were out on the flying away, weren't you, girl?
I was in Texas. Yes,
Yeah.
I was flying.
Yeah.
I missed you guys.
Oh, we missed you too. And our first guest is going to be the shine on lady, Angel Marie Monachelli. My goodness gracious, when this lady gets up to move, she gets up to move. I mean, she's got that shine on movement, and she just literally gets everybody so fired up. One of the things that she's so great at is being an event coordinator, getting people fired up and excited. And I was telling her before the show, Bill Heinrich, we were out there at the Pathway for Vets event in Colorado Springs, and that was in January 2019. I was the MC there. And she got up on stage. She started doing the shine on music. She got everybody up. And I got the giggles at Bill because he was doing something between, like I said, like I always say, between the Watusi and the Boogaloo. I was trying to get in step, but, it's kind of hard to dance and be in step with, what everybody else is doing when you're cracking up,
Well, Angel has that good effect on people. She can get to go.
Oh, she does.
That energy.
Let's bring her to the show here. Invite her from backstage. Angel, how are you today, young lady?
Oh, thank you for asking. Thank you, Jim and Charlene. So wonderful to be here. And yes, I'm doing fabulously. High energy, absolutely. And it's contagious. It is. Look at you.
Yeah.
It's contagious. It really is. And I just love being the MC and being able to at those summits and even virtually, it's awesome. So thank you and thank you, everyone that's here, because you really nurture your people, your audience, your group. So thank you for that.
Oh, yeah. Because, Angel, with all the doom and gloom around here, when I say around here, that's falling in on people, people want some light in their life. They want a reason to smile and a reason to laugh. And the reason this show has been successful, it has very little to do with me. It has everything to do with the guest because of the infotainment they provide, and they provide the type of things that people out there want to hear, and they go, wow, I can do that. Because that's what this show's all about. And Charlene, when you read over her credentials, you were super duper impressed, weren't you?
I was so excited. I just love her energy and can't wait to hear more.
Yeah. Angel, would you be kind enough just to share a little bit about you to the folks out there that may not have had the privilege yet of being introduced to you?
Oh, thank you, Jim and Charlene, again, and for everyone on the line. I just so appreciate you, and I'm here to be in service. And even 20, 30 years ago when I started this, I always knew what my passion, my purpose, and my commitment to the world is, and that is to shed the light. And maybe you could go, Angel, what is the light? Well, the light is that internal that really gets you up, that inspired action. So not only do I help that and do that in summits and events that, especially now, I mean, haven't you been on some of those Zooms? You're about ready to, you're about ready to come. It's like, whoa. So I love doing panels and doing summits and introducing speakers and kind of interrupting even the speaker saying, okay, well, so that we can get improvement and then the energy. So I'm just really blessed to be able to do that. And in being an empowerment coach, I call that an energy coach because I teach and help people about understanding how they relate to their energy. I mean, being diagnosed with lupus, fibromyalgia, arthritis, and Sjogren's, those are all immune system. Right. That means, yes, I'm in pain most of the time. But yet, if you follow your energy and you understand energy, it's different than just getting a coach. It's different. Because when you follow your energy, what happens? You're able to move your energy. So I stay out of pain. So that's really one aspect of what. And of course, and because you have one of my books, I'm a 2-time international best-selling author, and I have 3 books coming out right now that I'm co-authoring. Holy moly! And I'm dyslexic. Yay!
Oh my God. That's what I love about you because, nothing can, okay, so I got that. No big deal. I'll just use that to my advantage and drive on.
Absolutely.
Keep driving on. And, I want to say to you too out there, you might be feeling isolated. You might be feeling like down. No matter what, find a way. And that's what it takes. And I always find a way to continue. And yes, I am a light worker and a Reiki master also. I work with energy. So you saying that, Charlene, that I have great energy, thank you. Yes. And so I've been coined as a walking antidepressant.
Awesome. And we all need that. I feel better already. And it is part of when you're around somebody that has that good energy and that positive vibe, you can't help but have it come on you. So yes, I appreciate that.
You're so welcome.
I tell you, it's being around you is just an uplifting experience because you put a certain vibration in the air. That's the best way I can describe it because I've been to these events and I had to follow a speaker one time. And folks, I am not making this up. I thought, wow, if I had a bunch of pills of no-dos, I'd be passing them out to the audience and giving them coffee because he was putting them to sleep. And here I got to follow this guy. That's about as much fun as trying to trim your toenails with a chainsaw. You know what I mean? You're dreading that. But Angel, when you come into the room and you get everybody going, there's just, it's not just you being up. There's a vibration. It dominoes and it hits everybody. Like I say, for you folks that know Bill Heinrich, Bill he describes himself as a high-level business coach. And when I'm speaking of Bill, let me give you something here of value for those of you that's concerned about having clarity in your mind. Bill has a free book there at myfreebook.me. But Bill is more reserved. He's more relaxed. He's more calm. And he's real big on clarity and getting out of the physical and living in love and abundance. But I mean, that vibration hit him. And it was kind of like that old Carole King song, I feel the earth move under my feet. He got up. When I say he got up and he got down. I'm not kidding. And I've never seen Bill. I've never seen that side of him, but that's what her energy does to folks. I mean, it got me up and I'm trying to, you can't dance when you're laughing. I don't care who you are. I couldn't help it though. It was funny, but it was so fun there in Colorado Springs, wasn't it?
It really was, and thank you for that. And you can learn how to ignite. And many people say, Angel, how do I find that energy? I want your energy. It's like, no, you don't find it within you. You ignite it. And that's what I do in my empowerment energy coaching. And that's why I call it that, because it's really understanding your energy and being able to ignite it whenever you want. And it's pattern interrupts. Have you ever heard of that? If you're being down, if you're being down, I mean, I have wonderful coaches. Jim's one of my coaches. And when I talked to him even yesterday, I was very raw and told him how I was feeling. And he helped me because I was able just to go through it. Find that person and get that pattern interrupt. Call that person and ask for help right now if you're feeling that way.
Oh,
because
yeah.
there's no reason for it.
We don't have to do it alone. We really can't do it alone. We need each other, and we need that inspiration. And I love the way you say, that everybody has problems. We're all different. We all have differences, but you finding that way to overcome that, bridging that gap. And I love that story. Love it.
Well, thank you, Charlene. I appreciate it. And it's really seeking out those people in your life. But just like my song says, ask for what you want. Show them what you got. Be authentic. Always give back. That's a big one, and you are the shining star. You're the only one that doesn't think you are. And that's what I love when someone calls, and says, Angel, I want to put this summit on, but I'm not really sure how to do it. I'm like, okay, I'll help you do it. I can help you do it. I have an amazing marketer. I have wonderful coaches. So let's put it together, and I'll do the emceeing, and we'll get everybody. And what I also do is help the speakers, because many speakers, they're new to all of this.
Oh, yeah.
Virtual.
Oh, yeah.
And, in their background or whatever's happening in there. So I help them from start to finish. So I'm very blessed. And I has been coined the MC, what was her name? What did she give me? Oh, now I can't remember it. I'll think of it.
It'll come to you.
I tell you. Yeah, because I can picture you being an MC. My goodness gracious! If for someone out there and they want to put on an event, be it virtual, whatever, and they need a good MC, Angel Marie Monachelli is your event coordinator. She's your MC. She's the go-to person, because when she gets on stage, she'll light them up for you, whether it be a virtual stage or physical stage. I know. I've seen her in action. And the physical stage there in Colorado Springs. And I mean, she is electrifying. One of the things I'd like to share from that Colorado event that really means a lot to me and Dawn, we had one young man there who came and had some problems. And he was homeless. He was living under a bridge. He also had a drug problem. And he felt bad about himself. And I'll tell you right now, Angel Marie, with her energy and excitement, she was able to get him up on stage with the rest of us. And he was dancing. He was having a great time. And he had such a good time. He told me, he said, I'll come one day. I don't know about the second day. And I said, okay. But he came the second day, and he was so glad that he did. And the positive effect of what we did there with the people we introduced him to, like Dr. Charles Weber, who specializes with military personnel who have suffered from PTSD and have problems. He's no longer homeless. He's got a job, and he's doing well. And if that was the only thing that we accomplished there, it was a trip well spent, money well spent, and everything, because I'm just so thankful I had a small part of that. I really am. And Angel, you had him up on stage, and he was really, seemed like the first time in a long time, he was enjoying life. That's the type of vibration you generate.
Yeah, he engaged. And, and that is quantum physics. That's the 7 laws of the universe. Like becomes like. And it's not something that I have to do or that I do on purpose. I've done it. It just is. And I can teach it. And that's what I love when I have the whole groups, when I have groups or even one-on-ones. It's beautiful. It just really is.
Could you hold up the one book that you gave me? I mean, not the one you gave me. I still got it, but hold it closer to the camera so people get a good look at that.
Yeah.
Shine On.
Shine
How
On.
about that?
And guess what my dog's name is? Charlene, what do you think her name is?
Shine.
I tell you right now, I love Shine. She's a little female Australian cattle dog blue heeler, and she is a sweetie. And, the thing about what I see with her and Angel is that the love and the energy just vibrates between both of them. It's just pure joy, pure jubilee. My goodness gracious. It's really nice to see that. And me and Dawn, we were petting her, and I told Dawn, if I wouldn't have washed my face this morning if I knew she was going to act that, Sean was going to see that glad to see me.
And that's why I did put her in the book too, and in every chapter, because people when they look at a self-help, self-development, they want to look at something, but they don't want to be shamed. They don't want to feel like they have to do anything. Yeah. And this was the big part of when I wrote this. And like I said, dyslexic, I actually spoke it, but I wrote this was to make sure that shine was in it so that people could be light on what you believe, be light in how you change yourself. And that's what I find is I've gotten a lot of testimonials saying, thank you, Angel. It's just nice to go through one a day. It's 52 secrets for greater success and higher self-esteem. You pick one a day. And then it's great also to give to the virtual speakers. When I speak, I say, pick one. And what do you want me to talk about? And then I can also talk and do a whole coaching and class on whatever they pick out of the book. And they love that.
Beautiful idea.
Because there's a lot of people right now looking for, a series of things to, be engaged with. And with what you just said there, pick this one today, that one tomorrow, or whenever they get together. I mean, it's just, just think of what a blessing that would be to your tribe that you're wanting to engage with, because the virtual stage is here to stay. It's not going away.
It really is. And what I love too is it's so much, it's so much better because they have to kind of watch you. They can't, a lot of virtual meetings, they won't let you just not have your video on. And what I find with this too is I have a group coaching, and the group coaching every day I do a live on a private group for the group coaching, and I pick one. I just pick one, balance. And I just pick one, and then I go through, because when you take my group coaching, one of the bonuses is you get one of my books, and I get to sign it and send it to you. I don't do through Amazon. I like signing it and giving it. So 11 ladies get my book, and every morning, if they have time, I meet, and then they can ask me any question, and then we go through the book. Just one secret every day, and they love it.
What a great way to start your day. That is wonderful.
Yes.
I love that.
Charlene, have you ever heard her music and see her do her shine on music, shine on dance and all that?
I haven't. You think you can show us?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
I think so.
I want you to see why Bill Heinrich got up just to get down.
So you want me to do the actual, because I was going to do the karaoke.
Yeah.
But we're not going to do the whole thing. We'll just do the couple of verses. Yeah. So listen to the words, because it's the Shine On movement, and it's all about the Shine On movement, raising your vibration. So here we go. You got ambition, fire and soul. Look within your heart, let your spirit flow. Ask for what you want, show them what you got. Take it to the top, don't you ever stop. Shine. Come on now, everybody, shine. Get your hands up here and shine on. And then you're going to be raise your vibe, raise the vibration. Shine. There you go, one more, and then we'll be done. Here we go. You're looking for the answers, seek and you will find. Open up your heart, leave it all behind. Smile and laugh, always give back. Glowing like a star, show them who you are. Shine, shine, shine on. Raise your vibration, shine.
Love it.
Ladies and gentlemen, you just got a treat. Can you imagine going to an event like that and Angel Marie getting them all, caught up in the moment that, because it's great music, it's a great tune. And I mean, you're on your feet. I didn't want to stand up because I didn't want to, start boogalooing across the floor or anything, and just, where'd Jim go? But that is.
Thank you so much for letting me share that with everyone. And I hope you at home got up and can feel that energy and know that be who you are. Stand up for that. Leave it all behind. Leave the past behind. Looking forward. It's so important right now, because people will say to me, Angel, what do you think is going to happen? It's so, we don't know what's going to happen. It's like, come on, everybody. We've never known what was going to happen. Did you really?
No.
We really never did, but you had so many distractions, you thought you did. In reality, we didn't.
Because as long as you're stuck up here, the only thing you really see in life is the rearview mirror of what happened down the pathway of life. You can't, you don't have no crystal ball up there. And
not at all. When you come from here, you get your head set, heart set, and your gut set. Mm-hmm. And that's why I love to put change your mindset, energize your life, and shine on. Mm-hmm. But it's really about being aware, being responsible, and taking action.
Yeah.
Because that's what you got to shine.
Oh, yeah. I tell you, it's really amazing the journey that you've taken in your life. And the thing that I like about her most, Charlene, is that you can tell if by, reading a little bit about Angel Marie, that she's got skin in the game. That means so much more than someone that reads a book. Then they want to say, okay, I think I can write a book now. And I'm going to write about, they have no skin in the game. Mm-mm. And Angel Marie has got a lot of skin in the game in that. And that's what makes her so precious and so authentic.
Yeah. And it makes us feel like, okay, you can do this. We can do this. We got this. You're an inspiration.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I so appreciate that. That's one of the commitments. One of them is that everyone discovers that they can choose different.
Yes.
They really can choose their life. They can choose happy. They can choose to be out of pain. Mm-hmm. They really can, because I do it all the time. Mm-hmm. There's other things in that, but yes. And my favorite, and that also this commitment is
tell us a little bit about that, because I think people would like to know
about staying out of pain. It's about moving energy. It's about moving your energy. Einstein said, and I quote, "Energy never dissolves, it merely changes forms." So quantum physics tells us that we are energy, vibration, and frequency. If I could plug you in, you could light up the whole room. The thing is, though, is connecting is understanding how you move your energy.
Yeah.
You can move it. And you can do it every single time just by tapping. I was at the bank this morning and I started tapping, and this lady goes, "Are you okay, man?" And I said, "I'm just moving some energy out." She's like, "Wow, that's really great."
Yeah. Explain a little more about the tapping, please, if you would.
Well, your body, and this is somewhat what it has to do with some of Tai Chi, because I also teach Tai Chi and I teach Reiki. And by just tapping, by just doing the shine on shake. Yes, it's called the shine on shake. And that just means moving. You move your blood flow. You also move your nervous system. If you're in pain, the synapses going to your brain, ow, 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 and your emotional peptides, all of those, that's chemical. This is proven. This isn't woo-woo.
Yeah.
And all we need to do is focus, not, oh, it hurts. And you tense up, you're going to get more pain. And most people do. So helping them to breathe through it, release it, move it out, be gentle, be gentle. They want to do surgery on my arm, but because of carpal tunnel, cancel, delete. I'm not owning that. Forget it. And from being on the mouse. And the thing is no, take breaks, do stretches every hour. There's all kinds of amazing things. Like every hour, do a stretch with your hand. Do you ever move the muscles the other way? Really think about it. There's simple things that you can do that can help you to feel better. Yeah, just simple little things. Yeah. Every hour, especially if you're on that computer all day, like some of you, 8 hours. Oh my gosh. And then you go, oh, my arm hurts. So moving your chi, moving your energy, doing the shine on shake. And then you'll laugh. And that's chemical too, right, Charlene? I mean, when you laugh and you smile, the dopamine, everything just ignites.
Oh, yeah. I tell you, it's really, I think, Charlene, I don't know if you're, did you freeze a little, your signal might have froze there a little bit. I apologize. Go ahead.
Oh,
I know every time I start talking, it goes out. No, I'm good. It was just so interesting because everybody goes through some sort of pain or some sort of trauma, whether it's physical or mental. So I think that energy state and what you're talking about, it could help us either physically or mentally. So I would like you to talk a little bit more about that. If it's a mental like block, because you have the mental and the physical aspects of it, and that affects every one of us.
Absolutely. Thank you. And you know, when we get into the mental, we stay, of course, in the struggle and the pain in the past. So understanding that when you get into the mental is a pattern interrupt. And sometimes it is, blah, 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 blah. Come on, quit thinking about that. How do I feel about it? How do I feel? And I actually tap, and I teach everybody, tap your chest. Tap and say, how do I really feel about it? You will have a different vibration when you go, this is how I really feel about it. Then you can work with that. But when you stay up here, it's all the past. Oh, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not doing it. And you cannot get what? The shine on to move. You can't get your action to move. So really, when you have a thought, it's an energy field, and it'll keep you stuck. When you have a emotion, that will move you. And yeah, if it's negative, it'll move you. And just as good as it'll do positive. However, the emotional peptides, the emotional spark that comes from your heart is so much more powerful than the one comes from your head. Because it's so limiting. Because the heart is what? Love. Accept. The biggest thing, Charlene, is that everybody accepts themselves right now, right here. You created it. You're here. And the big one is the breath. You must do the belly breathing. And I have a video that I'll put on the link if that's okay. It's a freebie for everybody. Go check it out, because learn how to belly breathe, that diaphragmic breathing. I mean, this comes from Dr. Benson in the 1970s from Harvard University. And it will keep you out of that flight or flight. And that's what happens is we go in the flight or flight. And then what happens? And then you're in that. And you know what? Shirley, did you know that when you go to flight or flight, women stay in for 24 hours?
Oh, no.
And that's even a loud noise or something. So you want to move that energy. Men, Jim, 8 hours. It's proven.
Well, I've been mad longer. I've been upset longer than that.
So, understand how we're different, but how we can move our energy just by understanding, not here, feeling. And that's what I'm genius at helping people to do, is to connect, which it's challenging, but I invite everyone to do it because it'll change your life.
Oh, yeah.
And you'll be out of pain, but I can't guarantee that because you have to do the work.
Yep. I hear you.
It is possible, though. That's the thing. It is possible.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Yes. You will shine on.
We got about 2 minutes left, Angel. First, anything else you'd like to share with the audience? I mean, please do, because you're just a bundle of energy and a bundle of light. And I want to give you this opportunity to share anything you like with the audience, please.
Oh, thank you so much. One is to thank everybody for listening and taking some action. And that's the thing, is taking that inspired action every day. And then also to ask for help. I have probably 11 coaches, and I really want to encourage you. I want to challenge you. I want to invite you. Okay, I'm going to kick you to reach out and get that help. And the thing is many times we be in the way. Don't do that. Don't do that. Go ahead and reach out and figure out a way. I always do every single time. And, you know, group coaching is a great way too. And I'm another group coaching very quickly here. So please come and check that out. I only take 11 ladies, and then I'll rotate and we'll take 11 people. But I rotate. So 11 ladies, you will really get personal one-on-one coaching from me. One of the bonuses, my book, I will send it. You get your morning. It's a wonderful 6-week course, but it's not a course. It's a whole system to change your life forever, because that's the energy. And of course, if you're on, right, Jim, if you are on a Zoom or a meeting and it is like boring, think about it. They need me as the MC. They need me on so that I can boost it up and get in that. I mean, there you go.
Oh, yeah, because the way you start out with that shine on music and the movement and all, it just puts the right mode in the right mood, into the audience. And it just gets, it's just an uplifting type of music and, your shine on music and all that. I mean, we had people there at the event that was actually, is very personal. And there were people that were shedding tears. And then when she got up there with that shine on movement, I mean, it was game over. I mean, everybody just came alive. It was just amazing what you did there.
Well, thank you. And what really is the bottom line is also the engagement, yes, and getting people up, but it's also the education and what I can help to teach and what I help them to do, the homeless. He understood how his breath and how his energy and how he could change his life, not just by dancing. Okay, yeah, great. Not just by that, but understanding about how to perceive his life in a different way. And that's what I'm curious at also. So thank you for this time and reach out. You're ready. I know you're ready to take the next step.
Thank you so much, Angel. And be sure and get in touch with Angel at angelmarieshines.com. And better wave goodbye there.
Bye.
And, in fact, I'm going to let her stay on here a little bit. She might know this lady here who was so kind to do a little commercial for us. We'll be right back in about 40 seconds.
Hi, I'm Angel Marie Monachelli with Angel Marie Shines. And I had the pleasure, the honor to go through training for the 6-minute webinar. Oh my gosh, this webinar and how it's structured and how they teach it. Thank you, Speakers Pathway Coalition. Thank you, Don McGrath and the whole team for the 6-minute webinar, because you made it so simple, easy. And the way you lined it out with the outline, I can reproduce it. And I'm already getting the engagement. I'm getting people that are coming back that are saying, oh, I love this webinar that's so short, so to the point, and I love your products and what I'm selling, but then what I'm also, the services that I provide, and I can do any of this because I have the framework. So thank you so much to the whole team, because the 6-minute webinar totally rocks. Thank you.
Wow, Angel, thank you so much for that. That was really neat.
You're welcome. And you know what? I'm doing another one. I'm going to do it today. It's going to take like 2-3 hours now because I've already gone through it. Yeah. So they're so easy. So if you're listening to this, take that training. It's so easy and it's so affordable. Also, it'll change your business because mine has 10-folded. Yes. Thank you again.
Thank you so much, Angel. Appreciate you being
Bye,
here.
Angel.
And she's just been a blessing. I mean, she really has. We got to bring Tricia to the stage. She's been sitting back there very patiently waiting, and I'm listening to me yakety sax. And how are you today?
I am amazing. Every day is a beautiful day.
Were you dancing back there with us?
You know what I was? I'm guilty. Yeah. Absolutely. Shaking it out. I can totally relate and resonate with the chronic pain and what that looks like and feels like. So absolutely.
If you'd be so kind, Tricia, just take about a minute or so and share with the audience a little bit about you and who you are and that sort of thing, please.
Oh, wow. Who am I? I am at heart a recovery lifestyle enthusiast. And this stems from, a 30-year journey of my own where, I found myself just really stuck in this pattern, in this cycle of, poor coping. Anyway, and so I fast forward, here I am. I'm the proud owner of Turning Leaves Recovery Life and Wellness Coaching. And again, I'm just a recovery lifestyle enthusiast.
That's really amazing because I like the information you said here. You got to speak in a little bit of, your title was COVID habits, it's time to drop them. Oh my goodness. And because there's a lot of people, we've been hit on one side here in the United States, ladies and gentlemen. I know you've been hit all over the world with COVID-19, but here in the United States, we've got COVID on one side. We got a bunch of nonsense from the other arena, let me just say, on the other side. And we don't need either one of them. And the COVID, I know we can, survive and deal with and all that. And the other side, well, we all need that like a hog would need a side pocket,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But you talk a lot about having a clear discussion about the need for some external source to bring us joy. Would you open up a little and share a little bit about that, please?
Sure. I mean, right now, especially, so if we just keep it focused on the period that we are in or have been for the last year now, for all intent and purposes, we're seeking things outside of ourselves to bring us comfort, joy, relief, right? And so the alcohol, the food, the retail therapy, right? And so we're actually cultivating and creating addictions in our life without, really, putting forth too much effort. And so, what I'm seeing and what I know to be true, because I looked up the statistics, of course, I shared them with you, online alcohol sales is up over 200%. The sales to women is up over 45% for alcohol, and heavy drinking among women is up over 41%. Right. And then we have the depressive states, the depression that is keeping people just really stuck to their couch, super sedentary, and again, in that depressive state, whether it's diagnosable depression or not. And so, they're feeding themselves. They feel empty. They're looking for anything to bring them comfort. So they're just, really falling into that binge eating or just the food addiction. And so they're just seeking, and they're watching TV and they're binge watching shows. But they're also, that anxiety-inducing uncertainty. So we've got, the shopping, and so that's the overstocking, right? So now, our cupboards are full all the time. We're keeping them full, but we're also eating more and more and more. So, just between the, I need this, I need more sweats, I need more yoga pants, I need because I'm home, and we're just shopping away. And so, we're just constantly seeking something outside of ourselves to provide us that element of joy, pleasure, relief, etc. And then you throw in, the need to homeschool and really tap into every level and ounce of patience that we have for many people, they're not used to being home with their kids all day. Or they're, it's just a break in the routine, and it's just really creating a lot of issue and struggle.
I know one family that lives close to me. Every single day when you ride by there, you see Amazon boxes there getting delivered.
Right?
I'm going like, how much stuff do you really need? I mean, it's just like you say, they're just doing something, trying to find that what I call artificial joy. And it just, and it's sad because I guess we all know someone, I know more than one person that they're still kind of like preferring to be isolated or live what I call in the solitary confinement because of the fear and the uncertainty or whatever. And I can't live my life like that. I mean, I just can't. I mean,
right.
It's so sad when someone enslaves themselves like that because that's when it's important for them to reach out to someone like Tricia here. And I mean, your website is Turning Leaves Recovery. I like that. I mean, it's pretty descriptive, it really is. And, because you can get addicted to anything. I mean, it's just like I like to watch that show, The American Pickers, and they go in and these people, I mean, who in the world, I mean, I'm trying to think of the one guy, he collected, he only collected one thing. He had about 40 million of these things.
Wow.
And one of the things I saw on there was these green old telephone wire things. I'm going like, He's loved them. He has got that wasn't the only thing he collected. He had a whole bunch of those things. I mean, how many would that take to make you happy? I mean, it's just, wow. It's funny
old
what,
and wore out, maybe change
yeah,
it.
yeah. And, Charlene, in your travels, you being an airline stewardess and all, you've met some very colorful characters in your life. And it just amazes you what, how people, get hung up on certain things or they label certain things as being important.
Right.
And I was on stage in Orlando, and there was a speaker there that spoke after me. I can't remember his name. He says, "Why do you want all this stuff in life? When you die, it's going to be given to your relatives, and all they're going to do is rip it apart, fighting over it." He didn't say maybe exactly like that, but he was really, on that frame of mind. And it kind of gets you thinking. It really does, because we get caught up in things. And I gotta confess, you were singing my song about the refrigerator there, because when I had my surgery, I couldn't go anywhere, couldn't drive my truck or anything. I'm stuck at home, and I'm thinking, man, I don't feel that bad. So I got on my tractor, and let me just humbly say, with the time I got off the tractor, I was glad the ride was over. But I'd find myself going to the refrigerator just because I was bored.
Yeah, and we don't even realize it.
I know it.
Yeah.
I mean, we got some ice cream in there, right? I mean, let's go wolf down some ice cream. That sounds like fun.
Yeah, absolutely. It is a big issue, and I'll be honest, society as a whole, and anybody out there listening that doesn't think this way, and you resonate more with maybe somebody like myself who can attest to being a not so normal faces of addiction. There, when we hear addiction or recovery needs, like our mind automatically kind of it goes to that image that we see on the TV, that the media puts out there, that top level severity, because it's really critical that we know the levels of severity. So, but we always think, oh, I don't need recovery because I'm functioning. I don't need recovery because I'm not down sick, ill. I'm not passed out on the floor. I'm not, ruining my bank account. I'm not, so we see this vision of, a not functioning, ill person. And then when we think of recovery, we think, oh my gosh, I have to leave my home for, 30, 60, 90 days. And I can't do that because I got to pay my bills. And then, I'm not going to go to AA or NA or, whatever it is that, it resonates to you. But that's, because those are the traditional models of recovery, which are very important. I've worked in every single level of addiction treatment and just happened to love my niche. But there are so many, not what I call, again, the not so normal faces of addiction, that need, that need to have a place to go also, or to feel like they can go someplace else also.
And how do you
too? Go ahead, Charlene, please.
Well, and how do you help people in that where it's not so obvious? How would you deal with somebody like that if they called you to reach out?
So for this, the not so obvious, usually they're like, I don't have an addiction, but, my XYZ issue is, creeping out of control, and I'd really like to, get it back under control. I'd say 9 times out of 10, we end up sober, but that 1 out of 10, it's harm reduction. And we are able to get it back under control. And, and that, does work for some people. Not everybody has to give up their favorite glass of wine with a steak. But, again, 9 times out of 10, we find that, we need to make some significant life changes. And, the live-free system is what I utilize with my clients. And really what this is evidence-based psychological practices that I have studied in depth and converted into a coaching model that allows people to develop the level of EQ or emotional intelligence that they need so that they can actually go through life and see themselves the way they want to see themselves without feeling guilty, selfish, punished, or restricted. Right. So, we take back over, right? Impulse control or impulsivity is gone. So we now have impulse control. We now have distress tolerance, and we have emotion regulation. And we are in the driver's seat, right? Because what we were talking about before, all those external things, that's the external locus of control, which is, again, a theory by Julian Rotter that changed my life when I learned about it, changed my life. As soon as I decided I'm going to be the one in control, right? Like if somebody's having a conversation I don't like, I get to choose. This is my life too. It gets to look, feel, and be however I want it to. And I have been doing this for 8 years. I can tell you, I eat, sleep, breathe it. I pull out my journal. I pull out my breathe book. I go through the steps. I walk it with every single client, but I do it in my life every day. I mean, you can come into my office and you'll hear me listening to myself talk, or actually doing a worksheet, or, doing some sort of deeper investigation, because emotional intelligence is so critical in a recovery journey. And then there's the people that are transitioning back home after stabilization. This is a critical population also. So we go to treatment, we go to detox, we get stabilized. Anymore, we're lucky to see a 21, 28-day program, right? And then we're we go home and we have therapy, which is great. And we have social supports, which is the AA, NA, CODA, Al-Anon, all of those things, all amazing. But you need somebody in your life to teach you how to deal with the same house, the same spouse, the same kids, the same bills, the same, absolutely everything that was there before you left that you weren't coping with.
Exactly.
And that's what I created the program for.
That's awesome. That is awesome, because it's things that people don't think about. They think, yes, I'll go home, I'm good now. No, there's a whole set of other issues that you really have to deal with.
The post-acute withdrawal lasts for 2 years.
Oh.
And if we want to talk about what generally takes people out, it's not just a craving. It's not just something bad happened. It's not just because they were bored or they got the F-its, is it a standard one we hear? It's post-acute withdrawal, which looks like, if you're a woman, PMS on crack, and it is very derailing. And if you don't know what that cycle, that post-acute withdrawal cycle looks like, feels like, or acts like, you're not prepared.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. I like the way you explain that, because I'd never really thought about it like that, because a lot of times the self-justification that you're okay, you're not as bad as them people over there. And, that is the first step, because we as a people, we don't like to admit that we got holes in us like Swiss cheese. We don't like to admit that we got weaknesses in us, and all of us are weak in certain areas. And all of us are, we need help, because number one, we are social creatures. And we need a network of family and friends, and because like Charlene's part of our family, and it's a wonderful thing to have people like that in your life who will, help you in your hour of need, because everybody needs help.
We do.
There's been a couple of people told me they thought I was beyond help, but they're entitled to their opinion.
Well, I think it's in that realm, Jim, if we think about it, another critical aspect that we work on, or that I work on in my own personal life, and I teach others how to do this, is how not to need that external validation, how not to,
Right.
we are social beings. Yes, we are social creatures. Yes, we need, intimacy in our life. But does it have to be necessarily a need? Is it something that if I can't get out of my house and go be around physical people, I'm going to become derailed? Like right now, we have to learn how to, as an empath, I've had to learn how to feel people's pain and distress, and be able to feel that through the screen. But, so we have to learn how to not rely on the validation and valuation of things outside of us as well. We need to learn how to, give ourselves our own pats on the back and feel good enough just the way we are.
Yeah, because in our arena, what we do here with the the social network we have. It's all about having each other's back and helping each other, you know, and that sort of thing. And that's extremely important. But you're right too, because if you need someone else's approval to feel good about yourself, you got a problem, and you're going to have to face it sooner or later. You know, just because that's a tremendous. You're putting yourself at a tremendous disadvantage there. Because
Absolutely.
you can be, you know, get the approval of the wrong person, and that can lead you into a darker, deeper area than you were already at to begin with.
Yeah.
And
And there's always going to be people that don't like you, no matter what. It's not you, Jim, but all of us. There's always going to be people out there that, no matter what, you know, it's just
you had me
life.
worried there for a second. You know, realistically, that's what I tell people, you know, that don't worry about if someone doesn't, you know, particularly, not dislike you, but doesn't really care for your book or your presentation or whatever, because no one likes everybody, you know. I mean, it's just, you know, it's just, you're out there to touch a person's life that you can help.
Right.
And, you know, that's important. But, you know, talking about depression, that is one of the biggest problems I think we got right now in this country. People that are depressed, and the ones that's not depressed, they get aggravated and then they get depressed.
That's right. That's right. And we're seeing it a lot, especially with, you know, adult trauma survivors, right? Adult childhood trauma survivors. And so they have been keeping themselves so busy for so long, right? Like that productivity addict. I have lots of them, the people that are constantly like, my calendar's not full, I don't know what to do, right? Like they have to have that mental distraction, or they get in that depression because they haven't learned how to, and I will not attest to being a trauma therapist, but I work with a lot of trauma therapists in helping their clients continue living and going forward while they're, you know, doing the healing work, right? Because we have to continue living. So, you know, we have to learn how to package it up and put it away when it's not time for it, and move on, and how to, you know, I teach a, you know, metaphoric shelving system and a, you know, metaphoric trash can system, and what to, you know, make a little box for therapy, make a little box for just lessons learned. But we have to learn how to keep ourselves, you know, keep that stimuli in the right place, but without needing to be active as a distraction. We have to learn how to be quiet with our thoughts in our mind. And that usually means doing some work.
It's a balance.
Right. Oh, balance. Don't get me started there. We work on 14 categories of life balance. And so, I mean, because I think, you know, that's a very underserved topic. But it, you know, the focus on, you know, just a few categories. But anyway, different topic.
You have so many you can talk about, Tricia.
I'm at our website right now, just looking at it, Turning Leads Recovery. You got a team of people there. And I'm looking at Donnell and Adrian. I mean, it's just amazing what you've done there. And when someone goes to Turning Leads Recovery, I didn't get a chance to look at all of it right now. I'm going to glance at it again real quickly. You got up there about us and work with us. You got courses, coaching packages, and things of this nature. And when someone goes there and they're really wanting to get in touch with you or find out if, you know, if you can help them, what would they do? Send you an email or what?
You know, they can, there's ways to just send in a contact form, and then you can just type in there what you want, you know, what you want to do. But you can also just schedule an appointment. I do a find my right fit. I can't even talk now. Find my right fit consultation. And what I call this is my casual assessment, because I am a certified addiction treatment counselor, because I have a psych degree, because I am a professional coach. I like to do casual assessments, help people understand where it is they really need to start, because I believe it is extremely important that we all stay within our scopes of practice And so if your severity level requires, other people, we're going to put together, the right professional team for you, whatever that looks like. Or we're going to look at my services and the different levels and find out which one's a right fit for you, because I do offer, from anywhere from the super independent, I can listen, I can follow direction, I can do this. And we can do this, super easy way. Or, what, I'm, highly struggling. And so that's where my Transform in 360 comes in, because it's 360 minutes of me time every month. And so until we can start decreasing that, which, we do, as we go. It's my job to work myself out of a job. And I pride myself on being able to do that.
That's amazing. I like that. And, it's just the kind of work that you do and how you reach out and help people. That has to be extremely rewarding when you help someone, finally face, because you got to face whatever your monster is, whatever your addiction is, whatever's enslaving you or dragging you down, because that thing will hang on to you like a ball and chain unless you deal with it. Everywhere you go, it's going to drag along right behind you. And you probably have, in your career, you've probably had hundreds, if not thousands, of success stories. Would you share one success story that may stand out or may come to mind off the top of your head? And I asked her, I hate to ask people cold questions like that, because I got asked that very same thing this morning on the show I was being interviewed on in the UK. And it says, Jim, what have you ever done exciting or helped somebody in your life? I'm going, what was the question again?
I know, right?
Yeah.
So many success stories that it's mind blowing. But because I ran into this young woman yesterday, I'm gonna go with this one. But I had this particular client, and she was recovering alcoholic and heroin addict, who had severely struggled with, suicidal ideation and deep depression. And we worked together for, I'd say, pretty intently for a solid 9 to 12 months. And we did our, tailoring and tapering and weaning back and getting into what I call complacency check-ins, just to make sure, because we're about setting up a lifelong manageable and maintainable recovery lifestyle for whatever that habit or true addiction is for you. Anyway, she is now within this year, within the COVID period, she is now, I want to say 5-6 years clean, a manager of a large, a well-known organization, and has a new baby. And it's doing just absolutely spectacular and wonderful. So these are the ones that give me chills, and I have many stories that are extremely similar.
We got about about a minute and 15 seconds left. And I imagine you got something you'd like to offer the folks that come to visit your website or whatever.
I do. And I emailed it to you, Jim, but I'll also, do my best with my technology skill sets to drop the PDF in there. I created a bundle of 3 worksheets, and, I call them the Committed You. They're not necessarily from the program, but they're things that I do with my clients one-on-one to help them really start to identify the thoughts, the feelings, the emotions, the opinions, and the beliefs. So I'm going to put those 3 worksheets in there.
Okay. So if someone got in touch with you, they could just email you there at turningleesrecovery@gmail.com.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm going to drop it in the Facebook, in the Facebook group. But they can also, just send me a direct message, whatever.
That sounds real good. And since that's my goof up, that just goes to show you, when you're producer and host of 6 live shows a week, 5 TV and 1 radio, You're going to goof it up at least once a day.
It's okay.
Charlene's applauding.
I'd be happy to send it to anybody that wants to reach out.
Yeah, when you make a mistake, just own it. That's it. It was my goof up, so I apologize. So please get in touch with Tricia at her email there.
Right.
turningleavesrecovery@gmail.com, and she'll be glad that you get it.
I was clapping for your 6 radio shows. Just all you do, Jim. I was clapping at all you do, not your mistake.
Okay. Yeah, I don't goof up more than once a day, and that's on a good day. But ladies and gentlemen,
if they go to the website, they'll get another free download that'll pop up, which is My Healthy Living 7-Day Food and Mood Journal. It's also a very useful tool, and it pops up on the website. So now they're getting 4 things.
All right. All right. I want to thank everyone for being here today. We want to give a special thanks to our guests, Tricia and also Angel. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for tuning in, because all the great information that you saw here on the show, it'll be downloaded tonight and it'll be uploaded. We'll put it on our YouTube channel. Just look for Messages of Inspiration and Hope on YouTube. You can also find us on Facebook at Messages of Inspiration and Hope. And be sure and share this great information with someone you know that could be a benefit to it. Thank you so much, ladies. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Have a good evening.